Good morning, you lovely lot, and how are you all, my crafty friends? I hope you're well this fine Thursday. Before we start, it's a little bit snowy here in Newton Aycliffe, where we are in the north of England. It's a tad frosty out there and a bit snowy. We've just had a look out the door 2 minutes ago. The snow is coming down thick and fast, but we are here, we're in the warm. Our fire is going. Oh, you can see it on the picture behind, you can't see it at the moment. It's all snowing out here too, so we hope you're safe, warm and well wherever you are, and you're keeping warm. What better way to spend a snowy Thursday than sitting watching us on Crafters TV? I think it's the perfect way to spend a snowy Thursday. So yeah, keep warm, watch us, and we've got so much fun and inspiration coming for you today. Now, as you can see, I'm in this chair. I'm not on the sofa today. This is our lovely Jan. She has battled her way up the A1 through the snow. She burst through that door like you wouldn't believe. She'd been in the car that long this morning. Good morning, Jan, you made it.
Good morning. Oh, honestly, UK doesn't do well in the snow, does it? A few flutters of snow and everything grinds to a halt, honestly.
I thought, I'm not going to put a picture on socials because our American friends are going to go,
just laugh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Some people live in it, don't they? So the majority of the year. We get a few snowflakes and literally everything grinds to a halt. So yeah, when I got up this morning, there was no snow when I went to bed last night. Got up this morning, opened the curtains, it was like a blanket. I'm thinking you couldn't have waited another day until December. So yeah, I've driven 100 miles this morning, battling the snow blizzards, literally blizzards in and out of them, and now it's coming down. So goodness knows what we might end up here tonight.
Yeah.
So we might end up staying if it gets so bad. So, but yeah, glad to be back. It's like I've been missing for a couple of weeks because I've been working with our TV partners for the last couple of weeks. I've been at Hobby Makers, if anybody's seen me on there. So I've not been here since beginning of the month, I think. Where are we at? We're on the 30th, aren't we? Yeah, the beginning of this month, yeah. So yeah,
well, it's good to have you back. It's going to be a busy day, isn't it?
It is. We've got lots going on again. Last day of November, so we've got our November reloaded, haven't we? And my goodness, when I look down all the list of things that we've got on offer, and I think if I remember rightly, the outlet sale's still on as well, isn't it?
It is.
So yeah, hopefully we've got lots of bargains, a good opportunity to start buying Christmas presents if you haven't already. I haven't. I don't know about you, Corrine. We were just discussing it, weren't we? I've got my own, but I've not got anything for anybody else.
I'm all right, Jack. No.
Honestly, sorted myself out. So yes, I have pulled a few samples out. We've got lots on the show, so I've literally just pulled a few out that sort of correlate with demos that I've prepared for you. I was really glad when I saw this one because I loved these when they were launched and I didn't have them. So yeah, when they cropped up on our show today, the scattered borders and corners, absolutely love these. And they can, again, things, you know that I like things that can be used in lots of different ways. So concept being, you've got that lovely border die. So again, it can be used as a, you know, focal point, a border, inside, outside a card, and then you've got the matching corners that go with them. So yeah, we're going to do a demo with these first up, I think. But again, great for paper piecing, for those of you that like the paper piecing. You can just see there how we've got that lovely element of gold inside. And then again, colouring them, if you like, you know, there's a bit of something for everybody with these. Whether you just want to colour them in.
That was one of mine from a demo.
Yeah.
It was heat emboss, coloured them and then heat embossed them, enamelled them.
Absolutely gorgeous, yeah. And then another favourite, I must admit, I've been working with these a couple of weeks, are the the confetti.
Yes.
Confetti dies, which again, I just think these are simplicity in the making, but so effective. So again, you know, just either horizontal or vertical, depending on how you want to do your card, done with a little bit of ink.
I think I saw Leanne make a card very similar to that, and it was so quick and easy to put together.
I had these down at Hobby Maker, and honestly, they love them down there. Doubling them up, popping them, you know, on a couple. I'm going to do your demo with these during the course of the morning, where we're going to do one of my favourite designs, which is the split card with the acetate in the middle.
Yes.
And we're going to use the decorative dies. Again, you know, down they work like a little bit like an edgeable. So we've got them on the front of the card and then echoing it on that inside. So yeah, we've got those coming up today. Also had a chance to work with this one as well. I watched when this was launched and I love the idea of this. So we've got the Cheers for You collection, which I just think fits so many different occasions.
It does.
Whether it's a beer mug, whether it's a bottle of whiskey, whether it's a cocktail on the beach, whether it's a bottle of wine. There are so many choices with this collection. You can just see there, that little hint of gloss on there just makes it look so realistic. But again, you've got the wine bottles there as well. I've just picked a few. I love this one with the cocktail. Yeah, it's happy hour, isn't it? You can
But they work with all your mediums, don't they, as well?
Yeah,
all your mediums.
Absolutely, yeah. So we've actually created our own background with the stamps there and just done some colouring with them. And then another favourite, I must admit, when I cast my eyes down the list, I was just like, love it, love it. These are just up my street.
So
these are the floral collage stamps. So again, got the main focal stamp, but then you've got lots of little itty bitty stamps that you can do the background with. You mask out that main image, do the background, and then you can either colour, paper piece, whatever you want to do. Just simply embossing it may be enough. But yeah, absolutely stunning. A range of different florals as that focal image. And then again, you know, I'm going to demo the sunflower possibly later on, maybe not in Wake Up Call, but possibly later on during the day. But yeah, absolutely stunning. So yeah, that's just a very, very small taste of what there are so many other things on there. Absolutely jam-packed again, isn't it?
It's absolutely jam-packed, and yeah, you're going to love it. Oh, you've got a message here from Ian Jan. She says, hi. He says, sorry. Hi, Corrine, Jan and the CTV team. Looking forward to the show. It was great meeting you, Jan, last Saturday at Hobby Maker.
It was, honestly. I didn't even know that he was going to be there. And yeah, we had a little chat. We had a catch up, and it was lovely to, you know, when you know people, but you've not met them in person. And obviously our faces are all over TV. And it was really nice to actually put, you know, to see people for real. Yeah. So we had a little chat and a catch up. It was lovely. So glad you're watching, Ian.
Brilliant. Stephen Nichols in says, good morning from a very cold -1 in Andover, but they've not got snow. Stephen Lee Guy said, it's lovely, dry and sunny here in Wolverhampton. Some people like to show off, don't they? Michelle Harris says, morning all. Melanie D says, good morning all. And she's happy to see Jan back in again. We all are. Lois says, good morning, everyone from Ohio. Teresa Adams, good morning, everyone from California. We've got Sandra Dundas saying, good morning, Corrine, Jan, CTV crew, social media superstar. It's on Alex on there this morning, so I didn't mention. And all my crafty, chatty chums watching while making envelopes for all the Christmas cards I made. And we've got Carol G. Good to see you back, Jan. Thank you for battling the snow. I'm also, like you, having my Christmas presents on order. Now, quickly before we move on, two things I want to say. We've also got Dean and Charlotte in the gallery. It is our Charlotte's last day today. We've all been saying it's the people who've been having their last shows with her. It's actually her last day today. She had to battle the snow this morning. She couldn't get off a drive. And we thank you, Charlotte, for making it in for your last day. And we're all going to miss her dreadfully, but wish her lots and lots of good luck in her new career. So yeah, so that's who's in. Oh, we've got Julia on the floor, Julia and Jamie on the floor getting all the products ready. So they've got a busy day today because there's lots and lots to bring out. But I just want to remind you, and I'm going to show you in a minute, if you place an order today, and today is the last day, it ends at just before midnight tonight, wherever you are, you've got a free gift. You've got our sample or our trial pack of our 3 Spectrum Noir pens, and I'll show it you when we get back to the counter today. There is no limit on the spend. Doesn't matter if you just buy one thing, if you buy 20 things, you are going to get your free gift today. But remember, that free gift ends tonight. There's an alcohol pen, a watercolour pen, and an illustrator in there as well, if I remember the right combination. Classic, illustrator and aqua, that's right. Yeah, so you know, you can get that absolutely for free when you place any orders today. So make sure you pop in, especially with all the things that we've got. Debbie Brennan is the last one to just pop in for a minute, saying good morning from upstate New York, Jan, Corrine and crew. Well, good morning, Debbie. Now, we just want to remind you that the outlet sale is still on. I'm not sure when that is going to end, but you've got up to 70% off on items on here. So make sure you go through there, have a good, you know, route around. Oh, I'm liking the layout with all those categories down the border, down the side. You've got, you know, you can select what you want. There's so many things in there. And like we say, up to 70% off. Now, I did promise you I would show you this sampler pack. There's the sampler pack of our Classic, Illustrator and Aqua. So what you're going to get is you're going to get your Classic, you're going to get your Fuchsia. Illustrator, you're going to get True Black. That's really useful. And then your Aqua, you're going to get your Aqua Marine. So you're going to get all 3 of those, and you're going to get those as a thank you, just for placing an order today. So there we go. Right, now I want to quickly show you these because I remember when we brought out the first sort of iteration of our make and send pads, they went off the chart. They were so popular. Now this is our make and send. So you've got everyday and winter wishes. So you're going to get 2 of these. Now each pack has 32 pages in, 32 sheets. They're all 12 by 12. Now you've got topper sheets and you've got pattern sheets. So you're going to be able to make 16 projects with your everyday and 16 projects with your winter wishes. But you are clever crafters. You will be able to make so much more. Now your topper sheets are 150 and your patterned papers are 180. So this is your topper sheet. So on here, you'll see you've got your card, then you've got all of your toppers. Now your card you cut out with your paper trimmer, but these pieces, oh, I'm already popping it out, look, they will just pop out. This is what I mean. You're not going to get all of those topper sheets onto that card base. So you're going to be able to get so much more in there. And then you've got, if I can, yeah, I've gone to the right bit, then you've got the envelope and the insert and the borders that go with that topper. And then we can look around. Then you've got, look at the colours. I think that reminds me of Wildflower. Is that the right one? I can't remember. I'm definitely recognising it. Look at the colours. Absolutely beautiful. And still the same. The envelope, the insert and the borders. Now that's the everyday. Like I say, you've got 32 sheets, 16 different variations on there. And then you've got your winter wishes as well. Same format, 250 GSM for your toppers and 180 GSM for your pattern papers. And I love the colours of this. Oops, that one's come from somewhere else. I love the muted. It looks really, really classy and really expensive. Card blank, toppers, borders, envelope, insert, and some more borders. So you're going to get all of those as well. And then you've got, oh, let me see if I can find, I've gone straight to the envelope for that one. There we go. There's the card. And there's the insert. Now, when you look at this one, look, it's double-sided. Because it's your envelope, because it's your insert, they're all double-sided. And even the card blank and the toppers have got a lovely pattern on the back. Now, if you want both pads, you don't have to pick one. You're going to get both pads today for £35 or $44. That is a brilliant, brilliant value when you think you've got a minimum of 32 cards in here and envelopes and inserts. Really good value, but your platinum price is going to go down to £28 or $35.20. So we're talking at less than one, if you're platinum, less than £1 for the card, the insert, the envelope and all the toppers to go on there, plus loads and loads of toppers left over. So I think it's really, really good value. And it's going to last all year round because you've got your everyday and your Christmas as well. So make sure you pop those in while we've still got them on such a good price. Now, we've got a couple more comments. We've got Anne Clark. Oh, she said it's snowing in Bournemouth. Boo, yes, not good. You Expressions by Candy says, good morning, everyone from a freezing wet Oregon. Well, please stay in and keep warm. And Jane Quayle says, morning everyone from a freezing West Yorkshire. Well, make sure that heating's on and that you're staying nice and warm, Jane, please do. Okay, our Jan in a minute is going to show you how to use the scattered corners and borders. I've done some shows with this. I love these. As Jan said, you can use them individually, you can use them in pairs, you can use 2 borders, you can use 4 corners to make a square. It's entirely up to you. They look brilliant on boxes, like I say, down edges. There are so many ways. Stoppers on your easel cards. The list is endless. So if you want a really, really versatile set of dies, then these are definitely the ones to go for. You're going to get 6 sets, so that's 12 dies in total, because each set has got the 2. You've got the heart, you've got the sort of galaxy one, you've got the floral, you've got the butterflies, and the stars, the galaxy, and also the dragonflies as well. All 6 sets, 12 dies. Today, £50, $70. That's saving 15% already, but your platinum price just there is £40 or $56. Wow, that is really, really good value. Really good value. Just over £6 a set if you are platinum. So brilliant, brilliant value. Jan, you've got some samples before you do a demo for us.
I've got a few more just to give you some inspiration, because these are the only word that I come up to describe these was they are so pretty, honestly. These and the confetti dies have just sort of shot up my list of go-tos. But yeah, you know, those times when you just want an accent for a card, it may be that you pop the corner on something. You just want a border down here. You can create your own kind of edgeable with it. I'll talk you through how to do that. I don't think I've got one on a card, but yeah, you can create that same idea of putting these on the edge of a card. So yeah, just a little fold back there illustrating both of them. That's got the butterflies in. We've got those gorgeous hearts there. So again, you know, use your luxury cardstocks. You've got those ombre pads, which I think we've got on the show later. You know, your luxury glitter cards and things like that. The Miri card would look great, teaming them up with what you might have in your stash. Again, that fold back design with the dragonflies on there. Nice way of using the two corners together on that one. Colouring, like I said earlier, you know, if you like colouring in, you can cut them in white card. Use your pens, whether they're watercoloured pens or whether you're alcohol pens, whether you want to put glue on them and add foil to them or gilding flakes. Cut them in black, use your gilding wax on them. Again, I love things that have got so many different ways. And then again, you know, using them as a silhouette, I just think that one's stunning. Really, really pretty. That lovely colourful sort of cosmic background, and then those stars and moons on the top of it in the black silhouette look great. So I went through them and I actually chose the stars. And it looked to me very frosty, and it was very appropriate. At the time I made this, I didn't know it was going to snow today. But yeah, just looking at the sample here on the packaging, it did look very frosty. So I thought, right, that's the route that I'm going to go down. And we're going to use the border as a focal point on the card. We're going to use this as an accent. You know that I like to dress the inside of my cards as well. So we're going to use the corner to sort of marry up the two on the inside. So these are approximately, the border's approximately 5.5 inches in height or width, depending on which way around you use it, and just under a couple of inches. So they vary slightly, but about 1.5, 1.6 across there. So again, metalwork inside. You can see there that we've got those two pieces, really nice. And again, keeping that nice sparkly theme, I'm going to use some glitter card. Ooh. So again, just to show you, even with this delicate detail, they're going to cut straight through the glitter card. So I've actually got my plates at the ready, and I've also introduced my metal shim, because when I'm cutting through a glitter card, especially with a detailed die, just gives me that extra bit of oomph that you need to go through a coated cardstock, because this is a plain cardstock with that lovely encapsulated glitter coating on. So we're literally going to go through both layers, hit the metal, and we're going to get a really nice crisp cut. So I'm going to pop both of these pieces. I think
you're really challenging those dies this morning, aren't you?
Oh, absolutely. I like to show people what they can do, Corrine. It's like what you're getting for your money. So again, I think they'll both fit on my scrap, because I've already cut these once and this is what was left over. So I'm just going to tape them down, although the glitter card doesn't behave very well with the tape, but just to make sure that they're not going to move. And then it's the rest of my cutting sandwich. So the frosted shim, magnetic shim, and my top plate there. So whatever machine you're using, these will go through. They are just a thin metal die, so they'll go through. If you don't have a Gemini yet, if you use another brand machine, they will go through those quite easily. The addition of the metal shim is because I'm using the glitter card. It's not necessary if you were cutting maybe white cardstock to colour, or you know, just a plain, maybe a linen cardstock, something like that. I've just added the metal shim in to go through the coating, and you can see on the back there that beautiful sort of crisp cut where the metal from the die hits the metal plate. It does make a big difference. So let's take these out, and then I'll show you what I've actually done with them.
And they'll go, most of these will go through your, right down to your mini as well, won't they?
Absolutely, yes, yes they will, as long as you're not wanting a bigger area of card. If you were just cutting it out of a strip of card, then yeah, you've got up to 3 inches to go through the mini. So yeah, absolutely, you know, this is barely 2 inches wide when I put it on my mat. So yeah, if you're just cutting it on a thin strip, go through all the machines. But you can see here now, it's just a case of break. It's almost like, I always refer to it as like when you're taking something out of a perforated edge. You just have to sort of snap the connection between the edge of the glitter card and the remains of it that are left here. So again, the same with this one. If you just sort of like snap it and break that that little barrier between it, you can see how clean they've cut. And then we're just going to take the extra pieces. You get some freebies as well. There's some little stars within the stars, and you know that we're going to keep those. We're not going to waste those bits. And I've used some of those, as I say, on the inside again, just to marry up the inside of the card with the outside. So that is the corner. And I just think in the glitter card, it just looks so crisp and frosty there with the glitter.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. So that's going to be for the inside. And then you've got that lovely little border, which again has got some elements in that you might want to save. You know, they'd make great shaker pieces again if you were doing them on a double-sided card. So again, I've got a lovely, lovely big star. You can see there that this is technically the waist, but I will be keeping those, as I say, to use on the card. There's another little one inside that one. Again, you might want to paper piece these and cut it in a different colour, and then where those stars are, add some colour back in. It's entirely up to you how you deal with them. So let's move those to one side. And then what I did with this is I actually cut it again in some of our foam because I wanted to have this element raised up. So rather than trying to get little tiny foam pads on the back of here, I've actually cut a layer in our white foam. So I've passed this through the machine again without the metal shim this time, and literally just cut the shape out of foam, which has given me about just over 1 mil in depth. You can see the difference there between the cardstock and then raising this one up so that it's got a little bit of height for the front of the card. And then I thought, right, we're all frosty, we need to go frosty. So I had a look through my stash. We're going to go along the lines of a DL size card. And I thought, right, perfect for this was my paper pad from the Snow Queen collection. So again, I've taken some mats and layers. So I've got a blue linen cardstock. I've gone for the matte mirror in the silver just to give it a highlight and link in with that silver glitter card. And then this is actually the reverse side, sort of the B side of one of the papers from the Snow Queen collection. You can see where I've taken the centre out using my new trimmer that's coming up on one of the later shows, and I'll show you why I've taken that out in a second. So this is going to go on the front of the card. And I'm going to use the all-purpose.
It's not coming up on the later show, Jan. It's coming up in 5 minutes.
Is it? Do you know, my mind's boggled, to be honest, because there were so many things. It's like remembering on which show was which. So again, just a little bit of the all-purpose to pop that cardstock to cardstock. I have added a few little gems as well, just dotted those round. You don't need to see me sticking gems on, but you know, a Jan card's never finished until it's got some little elements on there. So I thought I'll get those stuck on so that they're in the right place. And then I said I'd taken the centre out of my piece of card because we came along with this one and I want this to go in the middle here like so. And I thought, yeah, it looks a little bit lost. Maybe my card was a bit big for it because I decided I wanted the DL to show off the length of that die. So the piece that I've cut out of the centre, you can see now, I've just used my knife. No, in fact, I didn't. I used the trimmer to take out the edge, and I think I ended up with about 3/4 of an inch little frame, and you can just see how that brings your eye in now to that central point.
You see, I was expecting you to use it to create a drop shadow. You fooled me. You took me down a different route that I wasn't expecting.
There you go. That is an option. Yeah, I know a lot of the team like the drop shadows on them, but I just wanted this to be nice and crisp. So again, I've gone to my tacky glue for the back of, remember this is foam on the back of here. So I'm just going to pop some little tiny dots on the back of the tacky glue, just so that it catches in place and it's not going to go anywhere off the card. And if you have got an applicator where the glue comes out a little bit fast, then just tap off any excess. So again, I tend to, you know, I'm messy, but just be careful if you are more sensitive to the glue. So we're going to pop that one in place just as a guideline for a second, and then I'm going to place this one looking roughly about centred within that frame, like so. Have I got? I don't think there is a right way up or down, to be honest. I think it would go either way. I'm just thinking, have I got it the right way up? But I think it would go either way. And then I'm going to use...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Use that same glue just to put my frame down. So again, just a little bit round the edge there. You could use your tape on the back of here if you wish, but just with the wet glue you get that little tiny bit of wiggle room just to get it in the right place there. So you can see how that just frames that piece now in the centre. You can see one of the little stars there, which was one of those elements, and I should have another one of those that match out of the one that I've just cut, and I'm going to pop that one down here just as a to offset the one up in the corner there. So again, we've got, I think it's that one on the bottom. So that's my main part of my card done. And then for the inside, I've cut another piece of multi-purpose card. And this was actually from the Snow Queen sentiments as well. I'd got that out that I'd been using for something else, and I thought that's perfect. 'Tis the season to sparkle there. And then the same sentiment set has also got a Let It Snow, which I'm going to use on the front of the card. Those have been stamped in my Midnight Blue quick dry ink to pick up the blue from the front of the card. I've got that on wonky now. Never mind, it'll have to be deliberate. Oh, that looks shocking. You know what I'm like.
Do you know, if you hadn't mentioned it, nobody would have noticed?
I can see it now, looking at it now. I don't know why on earth I thought that was straight. So again, that border that we cut out, and again, you can, you know, you like Corrine said, you know, you can join these up to make shapes with these, you know, whether you could go around and do the four corners to enhance the rectangle. You could put four of them closer together to make your square frame. But I'm just going to pop this one down in the corner to offset those extra stars that I've put up at the top. And then this is going to go on the inside. So cardstock to cardstock. Again, I'm always changing my glues depending on what I'm wanting them to do.
Can I see a hint of blue ink around the edge of that cardstock?
There is actually, yes, well spotted, Corrine. It's the same Midnight Blue, but in the opaque ink rather than the quick dry.
Yeah.
Again, just to link it all together. And then this is going to go on the inside.
It just
there.
makes it pop, doesn't it, when you put the white on the white?
It does, it just stands out. It's almost like a faux matte layer. It saves putting another layer of card inside. So yeah, that one's going to go on the inside, and then this one is just going to go right across the centre like so. So again,
lovely.
because I'm going on to the glitter card, I'm going to stick this time with the tacky glue and just pop a few little dots on there, and then that one's going to go pretty much right across the centre. And then when I'm at home, I've got an acrylic block that I use, and I usually put that on the top and just leave it to dry. But obviously on TV, we need things to happen a little bit quicker. So it might just take a couple of seconds for that to grab.
Because you put the glue onto the coated cardstock, aren't you? So you just got to give it time.
As I say, at home, I usually just put my block on it and then move it out and let it dry, and then I would work on something else. But yeah, you get the idea with it there. So if I turn you that one round, you can just see that those borders sort of really lend themselves to that DL shape. And yeah, a bit of a wonky border going on, but it was meant to be jaunty. That's my excuse.
I absolutely
Artistic
love that.
licence.
It is. I love that because the simplicity is what makes it, because you're not drawn away by too much detail, too much. I just think that is absolutely stunning, and anybody that receives that would be blown away to get a card like that. That would be lovely. Now, if you want that and all of the others, let's just quickly recap. You're going to get all of these. You're going to get the love hearts. Now, remember Jan said about the waste? There is so much waste in this one. It's brilliant for paper piecing as well. So you're going to get the love hearts, border and corner. You're going to get the graceful dragonflies. So pretty. You're going to get the floral meadow. You're also going to get charming butterflies, dazzling stars, which is the one that Jan has just used, and obviously boho dreams as well. If you want all of those, today's price is £50, $70. Don't forget, if you order that, you're going to get your sampler pack of your pens as well for absolutely free. But your platinum price is £40 or $56. Now, that last chance of the month to get those, so make sure you pick those up if you want them. Christine Baker is also joined us this morning. Good morning, lovely ladies and all the CC staff. Well, good morning, Christine. Betty Weaver's in from Idaho. Panda Craft, she says, hello everyone. So I've lost all of my large Christmas sentiment topper sheet stamps. So I'm decluttering my craft shed, still not found them yet. They will be in the most obvious place, Pantocrafts. They really, really will. Ben McCarthy's in this morning. Good morning, Ben. I hope it's warm where you are. He says, good morning, everyone. Christine Mahoney says, good morning, everyone. And Rosalind Russell says, good morning from Maryland, everyone. Well, good morning, Rosalind, too. So it's lovely to have you all with us. Now, what we always say is, when you see a deal, you need to get it while it's in stock, because once it's gone, it's gone. And that's the case for the next 4 items. These started off as a Black Friday deal, and you'll notice that I'm not going to show you the little desk vacuum, because that's gone. So we've got these down as individuals. So the first thing we've got to show you is the new refillable tape glue pen. So this is a 12 pack. I'm absolutely loving these. So what you're going to get, I'll just take out this. Now, I think this is brilliant because it's just made my day. They are different colours. Instead of being different shades of purple, I'm sorry, I've done 18 months and I still can never remember which shade is which. You have got your dotty tape pen in purple and your straight tape pen in the raspberry pink. Now, the adhesive inside has not changed. The only thing that's changed is it's now longer. Instead of 22 metres, it's now 30 metres in each one. You've also got this little cover on, which pops off. If I can pop that one off, get that. Oh, you press it down there and then that pops off. If I can do that. This is a nice new pack. Come on, I've started this now. There we go, take that off. You've got a little guard on there to protect it, but then you press on there. That then pops open. There we go. And then this piece you'll throw away. This piece with the cog in, whoops, there we go, you'll keep. And you will get another refill out of your pack, because they just come as refills. You then pop that onto there. This is how quick they are. I can do it just like this. Now, you're going to press on there. That's where you press to separate it. So to stop it opening, there's a little hole in the back. Line that clip up and click, and it's ready to go. So there we go. And then this piece, which would be empty of adhesive, once you've used it, will then just go into the recycling. So there we go. So you're going to get 2 full pens with the covers on and everything, and 5 of each of the refills. 5 dotty, 5 straight. 360 metres of tape. That's a lot. That is a lot of tape. $34.99, $48.99 too. So if you want to get those, pick them up while you can. Your platinum price for that is $27.99 or $39.19. So I'll sort that out. Now, our Jan mentioned one of her new favourite tools. I am loving this. Have you got an unpackaged one there, Jan? Have you got one? I didn't know whether you brought yours with you. Now,
I haven't brought mine with.
Okay,
Yes,
I can always get mine. Because
I have, yeah.
There we go. I think the description on the screen has confused a few people. It says it's a 3 by 12 inch trimmer. Look at the reduced price. It should have been $19.99. We've reduced it before we start to $13.99 or $17.46. So you're saving 30% before you started. Your platinum price is dropping even lower, $11.19 or $13.97. Absolutely perfect. But it really is an essential tool for your crafty kit. You really, really want this. But it isn't really, it's 3 inches by 12 inch when it's folded up. But Jan, it's much more than that, isn't it?
It is, and honestly, going back to that 3 inch width, there was a comment on social media when this launched about, well, why just a 3 inch trimmer? Who cuts 3 inch pieces of paper? But what it means is from the cutting piece here, and just get that one, ooh, there we go. Where the guide is for the cutting, you've got up to 3 inches on here. Now, the reason we could have made it 12 inches wide, but A, it takes up more space, A, it would cost more money. So what we've done is we've just put the extension arm on here, which pulls out from the bottom. And again, not only does it extend, it goes past 12 inches. So this is the 12 inch mark. You've got 13 and 14, almost 36 centimetres on there. So may be useful if you're cutting, you know, larger pieces of cardstock like A3, things like that. And this just tucks away nicely into the side of it here. So that's where the 3 inch part comes from here. Okay, and then you've also got measurements at the other side, and I just wanted to very, very quickly show you what I meant about that hollowing out the card. So I've just grabbed a piece of cardstock. I'm going to line it up at the 3 inch mark there, and I'm just going to make a nice straight cut to take that piece off. And then by using this side of it here, so mine I said was 3/4 of an inch, we'll just do it at 1/2 an inch. All right, I'm going to line it up at 1/2 an inch on this side, make sure it's straight, and I tend to turn mine round this way when I'm doing this particular function with it. And then what you can do is, this measures 8 1/4, so I know my 1/2 an inch in would be 7 3/4. There's a little tiny mark in the centre of your blade here. Line it up with the 7 3/4, and then I'm going to run it along the inside until I get to my 1/2 an inch at this side. And I've taken that 1/2 an inch border.
Perfect.
Turn it round. I'm going to pop it at the 1/2 inch again. I'm going to do the same. This time we measure 3 inches, so I'm going to come to the 2 1/2, take it back to the 1/2 inch, and you can see now why I've turned it round onto its side so that I can see where I'm cutting. Again, line it up 1/2 an inch. I'm going to come back down to that 7 3/4 line. Take it back up to 1/2 an inch, and again your border can be anything. You know, if you wanted to make a frame that had a 2 inch width, you'd just line it up and work at this side at the 2 inches. But literally, when I'm taking the middle out, when I'm hollowing out the cards, it's usually either a 1/2 or a 3/4 of an inch border that I leave. So again, 2 1/2 inches, and then stop when it gets to the 1/2 inch, and you can see there that we've got that perfect frame.
That's so neat,
It is so simple. I've always used a craft knife to do this previously, and I'm not the best, I'll be honest, I'm not the best with a craft knife. I used to end up with little slivers of it, you know, not lined up, or the card would move and it wouldn't be straight. You've got the perfect frame there. You know, and again, this border can be any width. You know, you may want to line it up, a bigger piece, line it up at 2 inches at this side and do the same thing this way. Yeah, so you know, you've got all those different ways of doing it, but I just think for a trimmer, that is one of the best uses that I can use it for, as well as cutting all your cardstock to size, whatever it is. It's got both metric and imperial measurements on, and it's got that extension arm that goes all the way up to 14 inches.
And for a trimmer that's going to cost you £11.19, you would not expect such a precise and crisp cut, but it does every single time. But it's a V-blade, and those V-blades, they're not self-sharpening, so they do start to run out. So the next item I want to show you is the pack of replacement blades. So I would just say to you, if you are picking up a trimmer today, please pop in another pack of replacement blades. If you're platinum, it's £3.19 or $4.76. You've got them. I keep them in my bag, then I know if it starts to feather a little bit, I know my blade has started to run out and I can change it. Really, really easy to change. You just slide it down to the little notch and lift it out. So make sure you add in those as well.
What I do with that, Corrine, is when that blade started blunting, and you will know because, like you said, the edges of the paper start looking a bit messy and a bit feathered, you'll know that it's ready for changing. But I save my blunted one for cutting. I save all the backs off my paper pads to use for sort of adding, you know, book covers, things like that. If you're wanting like a very thin, almost like chipboard weight. And I use the blunt because that blunts the blade anyway, cutting through that thickness of cardboard. So I use the blunt one, and it's fine for cutting things that you're then going to cover with paper. Lots of you out there that do journaling and things like that, making memory books, will know what I mean. But yeah, I use the blunt one literally until it's dead. You know, until it won't go through the cardstock, and put the new one in for when I'm doing
nice
paper.
Excellent, that's a really good tip. So there you go. So make sure you pop in at least one more pack of those. Now, the next thing I wanted to show you, which was the fourth item in our Black Friday bundle, is these. These are, I can hear Jan, I don't know if you heard that. She just went,
these are
dual tip brush markers. Now, these are water-based pens. You're going to get 100 pens in here. So that's 200 tips effectively for $34.99 or $41.99. You are saving £15. These have only launched this month. So to save £15, nearly, it's just under 30%, on something that is just launching, that is amazing. As I say, they're water-based. I'm going to get Jan's opinion on these because I wasn't planning to, but that size said it all. And then you've got 5 trays. I'm going to pull them out. I'm going to have so much sorting out to do in a minute. Look at the colours. Wow, look at the different shades of blue. Isn't this amazing? You've got all of these colours. Now, every single one of these is jewel tipped. I mean, absolutely brilliant. If you've got somebody that's thinking, I fancy getting into watercolour, you know, artwork, then this is definitely the way to go. You know, for $27.99 or $33.59, this is a try price, isn't it?
Oh, they're just
not
lush.
children's pens that you would get down at the discount store. They are full, you know, good quality pens. They're not quite up, they're not up there with our aqua pens, are they, and things like that, because you're not paying that sort of price.
It's a more affordable range.
It
yeah,
is.
more affordable, but the spectrum of colour in them is just phenomenal. And later on during the course of the show at 3 o'clock, I'm hopefully going to fit a demo in using them.
Oh, that'd be good.
They're absolutely gorgeous. They're great for sort of direct-to-paper techniques. You can do anything that you see us do with a water-based product. So, you know, we put them on the mat and we pick them up with a paintbrush, with your crystal clear overlay brush to make them sparkly. You've got 100 different sparkle colours then. It may be that you want to add them to another water-based product to colour it, so things like texture paste to run through a stencil. Lots and lots and lots of different ways of using them. Also, lettering as well. They are perfect. If you're a calligrapher, they're perfect for doing that lovely sort of thick and thin brush strokes with them. So yeah, hopefully we'll get those out and use them later on during the course of the day.
Absolutely, that's fantastic. I have never thought of adding them to your glitter pastes.
Yep.
That is a really, really clever thought. I mean, you've got 100 colours there.
Yep.
If you've got some sort of
just by white
glitter paste.
Saves you a lot of money if you like to do
Wow.
textured work. Yeah.
Good tip there, very good.
And if you want sparkly glitter paste, just add a bit of your crystal overlay into your colour first and then add it to your texture paste.
All the tips, you're getting all the tips today. This is
making your products work for you.
Yeah.
That's what I like. It's like you invest in a product and yeah, you know, it's a considered purchase, you know, especially at this time of year. But if they do lots and lots of different tricks, it's worth every penny.
Certainly is, certainly is. Thank you, Jan. Lois said, very pretty card, thank you, Jan. Great dies, said Michelle Harris. This was talking about the scattered borders and corners. Beth Ross Lucas says, good morning all from Indiana. Just joining, beautiful card, Jan. Elegant and simple card, says Rosalind Russell. Oh, so pretty. I love that card, Christine Mahoney. It's true, isn't it? Sometimes the simplest ones are the most effective. Fabulous day to all from Blountstown in Florida. I think that's how you say it right, says Polly Coe. Michelle Harris says, I use my trimmer all the time. Does great with chipboard also. Just have to cut it in both sides, then break apart. There you go. We wouldn't normally recommend, we're not going to recommend it for chipboard because it's not, we would say you use your guillotine for that.
Trimmer, yeah.
It is a paper trimmer, but if you found a way to make it work, then that is brilliant, Michelle. Linda says, good morning, Corrine, Jan, CTV team, and all you crafty friends out there. So glad to be here before work. Happy Thursday, everyone. Oh, I'm glad you're joining us before work. Lynn Morton says, good morning, Corrine, Jan, Team Social, and all the CTV team from a freezing Newcastle. It is. Is it still snowing, Lynn? It was snowing about 5 to 11. We went running and had a quick look before we came on air. And Brenda Tatchell says, good morning everyone, hope you're staying warm. Well, we've got heaters on, we've got the radiators on, we plan to stay very warm, Brenda, so there we go. Okay, now if you've seen anything so far and you're ready to check out, don't forget every single order today, regardless of price, is going to get our sampler pack of your 3 pens, your Classique, your Illustrator and your Aqua. So make sure you pop that, you don't have to pop that in your basket, that will just be automatic. So make sure you grab that while you can. So while you check out, while you're going to have a quick scroll on the website, just remember, click on the shop the day and you will see everything that you've got. Now, if we show you anything that you've already bought during the month, we'd love to know what you've been making with it. So we're totally interactive and social, so please share with us what you've been doing with any of the products you see today. So watch this little video and we'll be right back in a moment.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Hello and welcome back. Right now, I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I love it when we have Jan in and doing all her demos. A couple of bits coming in, so we shall go through those in a few minutes. But first, I want to show you this. This was our Black Friday mystery box. There's so much in here. Right, you're going to have to bear with me because I purposely didn't go through it before, so I want to show you. Obviously, you're not going to get the crate, but let me show you what you're going to get in here. You're going to get some luxury gilding flakes. Now, you're going to get Sunglow, Rich Copper and Verdigris, which are absolutely beautiful. Now, can I just say, before I start, the value of this box, if you were to buy everything individually, would be £139 or $174. But you're only going to be paying £40 or $50. If you're platinum, £32. $40. That is a huge saving. So you're going to get your gilded flakes, but I always think, I don't like it when we get these boxes and you don't get all the tools. So we're giving you your gilding flakes kit. Perfect. You've now got your adhesive, you've got your little pad so you can do stamping, and you've got those little sponges as well. Isn't it annoying when you get like half a kit? No, we've given you your all there. So pop those to one side. Then we're going to give you your metallic paint markers. This is in your molten copper. So you're going to get the 3 sizes in there, the 0.7mm, the 0.3mm and the 4mm chisel tip. So that's really gorgeous. You can hear all the paint in there. You're also going to get your Easy Mini 3-ring storage binder. And did I see some magnetic sheets to go in there as well? Again, we're giving you the whole lot, so you can be popping things like that. Now, these aren't the punch ones, but you'll be able to make a way to work those. You're getting your edge, as our Craig says, edge crimper or edge crimpler. Then you're going to get, okay, your shut your flap closures and tabs. There we go. If you want, so they're just like little, we've got a little pop-up dispenser, and then these little tabs pull off. So if you just want to bookmark it, so maybe you've got our magazine recently and you wanted to bookmark pages you want to go back to, brilliant. Then there's so much in here. You're going to get your Blessed to Have You stamps and dies. You're going to get from your Vintage Rose your ornate lace panel. Now, these are the pre-die cut ones. So you're going to get 12 pre-die cuts in the large and the small. You're going to get your Expressions Your Friendship Means the World to Me die. Those are lovely, those sentiment dies. Really love those. From your Garden Gnomes, you're going to get Gnome Boy. So you don't get, I'm going to turn it around so you can see. You get Gnome Boy and all his accessories. You're going to get the stencils to be able to cut, stencil up his outfit, and you're going to get the dies to be able to cut all the stamped images out. You're going to get your tassels from your Venetian Grace. Those are lovely with the boho. I can see the colours in there from the Mediterranean Dreams. You know, you're going to be able to use them on all of them. I've never seen this before. Hello Friend is your papercraft die. That's nice. I like that. Oh, not seen that before. Swirled butterflies from Country Lane. We always need a butterfly, don't we? From your mini dies, you've got your pets. I like this. So this one, it cuts out the paw print. I like the waist. I like cutting little squares and cutting the paw prints out. I always use it in reverse, that one. Baby. Brilliant size if you're doing cards. I use that little vest, you know, doing that on my birth announcement cards or congratulation cards. You're going to get your dragonfly. Wouldn't that be brilliant if you bought your scattered borders and corners and then you've got a larger dragonfly that you can go on with those. And last but not least, we've got in our Duet ink pads, Lemon Meringue. Absolutely gorgeous. Really, I love these. They're a hybrid ink pad. They're water reactive, but you can do so much more. All of that today is £32 or $40 if you're platinum. That is amazing value. Gilding flakes, ink pads, pens, loads and loads of dies, tassels, more dies, pre-cut elements, stamps, little tabs, crimplers and storage. Wow, wow. Please pop that in, and don't forget, on top of that, you'll also get your pen sampler pack as well. So you've got everything you might need. So yeah, absolute amazing bargain. I reckon after today, once we're to the end of the month, they're going to start breaking those down, so they might not be available for much longer. So grab those while you can. Break them down, give them to gifts. You know, maybe you're going to give gilding flakes as one. You know, maybe you're going to be able to give a couple of dies as to another. You know, so many different ways to do that. Okay, Jan, have you got one? And then I can look at the comments that we've got as well.
We certainly have. We've got lots of these on today. Mystery bags. Well, they're not a mystery when we've revealed them, but goodie bags, whatever you want to call them. But this one's sort of more of a Christmas theme to it. So you can see there that we're looking. Do you know, I didn't know I was got to read. I need to get the specs out later. So we're looking at a reduction here down to £35 or $45. Just wait while you see what's in here. So I'm going to start with the biggie at the back, because this is me all over, isn't it? This has got the mixed media tab on it. So these have not been out that long, and this is what I like about the goodie bags. It's not stuff that we found in a dusty old corner of the warehouse. It's current stuff, you know, that we're still selling. May have not been launched that long ago, but yeah, these are those lovely 8x8 stencils, and if I turn it round, you can see there that you've got not only the main stencil, but you get that border piece here, and then the icon as well. So this one's got that lovely little bow in it. So again, we were talking about the texture paste earlier, maybe the glitter paste that we stock on the website. You may have something in your stash that would work in it, but you can ink through these as well. Just because it says mixed media, don't forget that the inks, you are still mixing the media. So that's the Christmas poinsettia on that one. We've also got one of our scene dies, and this is the Village of Light. So you can see in this one, let me just pop that down, you've got metal work in here that create those lovely scenes that show the perspective. So you can either put them into different layers within a card, or you can use them on foam tape, 3D glue gel. Again, if I turn this round, you can see a little bit clearer that you've got these different layers that you can die cut and then stagger how they're put together inside your card. So in the box frames, on a card front. If you don't want to layer them, they can just be put flat on top of each other. So yeah, Village of Light for that one. We have got one of our pop-out elements. So this one's actually the festive gifts. And you can see there, just showing on the imagery here, that this element die cuts that centre piece here, so that when you open your card, you've got that lovely pop-out surprise. So festive gifts on that one. There's a lot of metal in this one. Oh, this is one of my faves. I love this whole collection, but this particular one is my favourite out of that collection. And this is your Christmas rose here, or Winter Blessings, it's actually entitled. But yeah, you've actually got that big stamp, plus a border, an extra sort of accent stamp, and then the metal work. And what I love about it is the metal exterior is split into two pieces. So you can cut this out as a topper. You can have it on one side of your card and just cut the outside like an edgeable. You can have it on the other side, cut the other side out as an edgeable. Yeah, Winter Blessings on that one. Then we have got woodland embellishments. So again, you've got stamps and dies in here. And again, I don't know why, I always think for Christmas, the stag is a really nice one. Again, if I turn it round, you can see you've got that set of stamps, and then you've got the metal work to cut them all out. So if you like stamping and colouring, there's a little bit of something in there. We're still not done with the metal work. I've also got one of those expressions dies, Warm Christmas Wishes, and that's in the shape of the little snowman. So that's all die cut for you with one pass through the machine, and then there is a matte layer that you can put behind it to accent it. So we're still not finished. I've now got a couple of stamp sets. So 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Again, you get all the elements, and I love how you've just got the corner of the fireplace to just pop in your scene. You've got the Christmas tree there, the stockings to hang by the fireplace. Again, just pop it around, you can see that selection on the back. So this one is, let me have a look, Stockings by the Fire. Missed this one, this is metal work as well. This was from the Frosty and Bright collection, and this one just cuts onto the edge of your card. So you get the Merry cut out and Bright cut into your card. So these make instant cards. You know, cut a 6x4 inch card, cut this into the top, you're pretty much good to go. If you've got any of the topper pads, you could add a little bit of detail at the top. It might just be a piece of ribbon and a decoration at the bottom. And then, last but not least, we've got an 8x8 inch topper pad there. So again, this one is, let's have a look. Where are we looking?
12 Days of Christmas.
Thank you. I'd looked everywhere but this corner. I was looking down here, I thought, no, that's not it. So 12 Days of Christmas, 36 pieces. And if we just have a quick flick, let me just move the bag out of the way now. Just a quick flick through here, you can see all these gorgeous pieces of artwork that just want trimming, and you've got instant cards with them. So if you like making, you know, batch making for charities and things like that, these are fabulous. And then at the front of it, you've got your little die cut elements that fit that 12 Days of Christmas. So these just pop out of the pad. You can see there where I've just lifted, don't want to pull it all out, but they're literally just fastened in with those little tang elements. But yeah, absolutely stunning. Just to finish off the card, some floral snowflakes there. You've got the little birdies and everything. Absolutely stunning.
Wow, that is amazing value of £35 or $45. There is so much there. I am absolutely loving that. Loads more of you are joining us. We've got Carletta in, says good morning. Mary Beth Doyle says good morning, everyone. She's in Minnesota. So thank you. Just keep sending in your comments and we will be reading those out as we go along. Well, good morning if you're just joining us. We're now on the second part of today's wake-up call. You're very welcome. We love having you with us. We hope you're warm and dry. It's a bit cold here, it's a tad snowy, but we hope that you're warm and dry wherever you are and you're having a lovely Thursday. Thank you for joining us. I'm Corrine Robertson and I've got Jan here with me as well. So we're going to be showing you everything that you might have missed or you might have thought about throughout the month of November. I can't actually believe I'm saying this is the last day of November. It blows my mind. As Jan said to me, she said, well, it's only 3 and a bit weeks till Christmas. Yikes. 3 weeks on Monday.
What?
Yeah. Okay, I'm not quite ready for that. I'm not quite ready for that. I've got a bit of my Christmas shopping, but not all of it. There's a few key bits that I still need to get, but we will get there. We will get there. So yes, hope you're a bit more organised than I am. My tree won't go up till probably the weekend of the 9th. That's our wedding anniversary, and I usually put it up for our wedding anniversary because we had our wedding photos taken in front of the Christmas tree.
Yeah,
the hotel put them up for
Saturday.
us. You're doing Sunday, are you?
Saturday. We normally do the first Sunday in December, but I'm actually busy. I'm out on Sunday, so we said we'd do it Saturday because Toby is so excited. He just wants everything Christmas. Now Halloween's finished.
Yeah.
He's been at it for all the end of rest of November through fireworks. When are we doing Christmas? When are we doing Christmas? Yeah, so we're going to put the tree up on Saturday and get it all decorated.
Well, I've not got the grandchildren coming down before Christmas. I'm going to see them.
Yeah.
So I'll go to them. I think they're putting theirs up this weekend, but no, I'll do mine the weekend after. We're going out for a meal, so it'll be nice to come home to a lovely Christmas tree. So that'll be lovely. Now, Hannah Gosling-Smith has said, Jan, because you're lovely, could you possibly show us how best to do a corner when covering chipboard with pretty paper? I struggle with neat corners. Now, I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to do that today, Hannah, but I do know that a lot of Michelle's craft-alongs, she's done that technique. So if we don't get a chance, Jan, would you agree that have a look at some of Michelle's craft-alongs?
I would think so, yeah. Or when we've done, I'm just thinking sort of the memory books and things like that, whether there'd be anything in there. But yeah, if we've got time, I don't mind going through it. It's quite straightforward.
Okay, we'll see how we get on
obviously, we need to concentrate on the elements in the show. But if we can find a couple of minutes spare, absolutely.
Brilliant, brilliant. We'll see where we go with that, Hannah. Who else have I not said? Geraldine Sadiku says, good morning, everyone. Was a bit late this morning as was working on a little project. Ooh, you see? That's, for me, that's half a tale. I now want to know what your little project was. I'm intrigued. Don't tell me half a tale, please. I want to know it all. So, yes, very exciting. I hope it's coming together and going how you planned it to, Geraldine. That's really, really exciting. OK, I'm going to show you something else because we've got so much to get through. Let's stop wittering on and I can show you what we've got. Now, again, this is something I've not yet got. This is your illustrated embossing folders. These are beautiful. Now, what they've done is they've designed these to give you beautiful areas to colour. Now, I've got the boards and they've just been inked, so I will show you a couple of samples in a minute to really show you how you can make them pop. They are 3D, are they? They are 2D. Only 2D, but they feel a lot more.
Honestly, yeah, the outline of the images is really, really pronounced.
So somebody said to me, I think it was at Hobby Maker this week, said, what is the difference between a 2D and a 3D? So 2D, such as these, the cardstock, after it's been through the folder, is either flat or embossed, and it's all embossed to the same height.
Yes.
If it's a 3D embossing folder, you obviously got your flat, then you've got multiple heights of embossing. So just in case anybody wants it, because I was asked it just this week, it just is about how many levels of embossing you've got. 2D gives you flat or embossed, 3D gives you multiple heights of embossed. So you've got your garden roses. Aren't they beautiful? Then you've got your flourishing foliage. I am loving these, even just for backgrounds. Charming hellebores. I do love a hellebore, one of my favourite flowers. Then you've got delightful butterfly. That is so pretty. Then you have pretty peonies. That's a little bit longer than the peonies in the garden with that. And then you've got your beautiful hydrangea. So I'm going to show you a couple. Now, you can, as it's been done here, just go over, so purple card, gone over with the gilding wax. Looks absolutely beautiful, or you can colour in the image instead. So that's the same one, but 2 different treatments to it. Then we've got the, let me see, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And it just makes colouring so much easier because you've got like the bumper bars to show you where to colour to.
Yeah.
So I love that. Oh, then we've got a gorgeous easel card here. So again, we've done it twice, trimmed out the flower on the front and then put that on. So you can see how gorgeous they are to colour. Look at that, picking up the emboss with gold. So it almost looks like, you know, a stamp heat embossed. Lots of different ones. Oh, I could show you. I'm going to save some of these because they are absolutely beautiful. Just different ways to colour them in. Oh, I like this one, sorry. Like we've used the foliage in the background for the white and then trimmed down the panel. That is stunning. So simplistic, but absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so if you want these, so if you want all 6, this is what I love embossing folders, because embossing folders are a really reasonable price for crafting. £22 or $32. That's going to get you all 6 embossing folders, £17.60 or $25.60. Now, normally I'd say, oh, we've got an embossing folder, you then need to find something to go on the top or a topper. Not with these. These are like everything all in one, aren't they? And for £17.60, we're talking less than £3 an embossing folder, $25.60. They're absolutely beautiful. The detail is off the chart. Jan?
Absolutely, and especially for you, Corrine, I just happen to have chose the hellebores.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must have known. So I went through them, and it's, you know, you could do the technique that I'm going to do, you could do with any of these folders and you will get the same result. But I had a look through them and I thought, yeah, the concept behind these was that raised embossed area gives you, like Corrine explained, I thought it was a good explanation. It's almost like a bumper bar to keep your colouring within the limit of the actual embossed area. Or you could flip it on its head and you could colour around the outside, you know, the background part, and leave the other bit plain. But Jan's here and I'm going to go, you know, off-piste again. I'm going to do something different, and these actually lend themselves beautifully to that letterpress technique. So what I wanted colour in the background, and then the embossed detail on here is going to remain white. Okay,
right,
now you could do this with any colour ink, but I wanted quite a vintage look to mine, so I've actually brought in my Sandstorm from the Water Reactive Dye ink range. So yeah, I want to keep it quite neutral, even though it's a floral one, just to show, you know, that it doesn't have to be all pinks and purples and whatever for a flower. You can keep it fairly neutral. So yeah, a 2D folder. So it is thinner than a 3D folder, and Corrine is absolutely right. All the embossing in this will just be raised to the same level, and because it's 2D, we only need, if you're using your Gemini, we're just going to use our 2 external cutting plates. So if it's the new Gemini, the 2 white plates; if it's the original Gemini, the 2 clear plates, and we're going to pop our cardstock in and pass it through the machine. Just before I do that, I'm going to apply some ink to my folder, and then when it goes through the machine and the pressure is going to do the embossing, it's going to transfer the ink onto the cardstock. So this is multi-purpose card, and I've cut it just a smidge. These are 6x4 inch designs, and I've gone just a smidge smaller. You can just see in there's a tiny little gap just around the outside edge. So I think it's cut to 5 7/8 by 3 7/8. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop ink in the folder. Now, normally we would say to you that the raised area of the folder wants to go underneath your card, and it meets the recessed area so that embossing pushes up through the card. Now, because I want my ink on top of the card, then I need to ink that recessed area, and it's usually the side that's got the biggest flat surface area. Okay, so take the card out for a second. It's my water reactive ink. You can do this with most of your inks, and because they're water based, they come off, they don't damage the embossing folder. They come off just either with a wet paper towel, a wet wipe, or a little rinse under the sink. It is fairly straightforward. I chose these because the pads are felt and they're quite firm, so they're ideal for transferring straight to that embossing folder. Okay, So I'm literally giving it a good coating. I've also brought my roller as well, just to make sure that I've got the whole thing covered well, and just, it's nice and flat, just to make sure that that ink's in there and it's all in the right place. It's not a necessity, you can just do it with the ink pad if you wish. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it round and put my cardstock in this side now so that I don't interfere with the ink. So again, get it placed exactly where you want it, because once you've closed this up, you don't want to be moving it. So I've centred it. I'm going to fold that onto the top, and now you can see that little bit of discoloration there. It's not white anymore. And then we're going to pop this in between the two external cutting plates and pass this through the Gemini. So we're almost doing two jobs in one. It's going to transfer that ink from the folder, and it's also going to do that beautiful embossing. And because the embossing is raised, it's not going to get the ink. So you're going to get that lovely white detail come through. So we move those out of the way. We'll do a little reveal in here. I just love this technique.
Oh, wow.
Just look. So all, well, not all the ink, but the majority of the ink. And again, if I just show you there, you can see that white embossed. It almost looks as if it's been sort of piped on there.
Doesn't it?
Okay.
Or white
Now,
heat embossing.
pardon?
White heat embossing.
Yeah. As far as your folder's concerned, anything that's wet, they're a water-based ink. So just for speed, I've literally got a wet wipe there, and those are good to go. So the ink doesn't damage it. Because it's water-based, it's not staining it. Just let it dry, and that one's good to go. And then what I'm going to do is I've brought an applicator for that same ink, so I'm still with the water-reactive ink. And what I want to do is just go around the edges here, just to frame and just put a little bit of a darker edge around it. So I'm not going to cover a lot of the white up. I want that white to be a feature. Okay, so just all the way around there. You could do this with a slightly darker shade if you wish. I've stayed with the same colour. You can see it's come up a little bit darker there because of the nature of going from the applicator straight to the card. And again, if I just tilt you that forward, you can see that lovely embossing on there. So what I was going to do then is I thought this is perfect to go with the craft card. Okay, so to mat and layer it onto your craft card, but it wasn't quite there. I was like, it needed a little bit of something else. So this is the one that I'd already done at home, and I've just put the tiniest white border. So I've matted it onto another piece that measured the 6x4. So you've literally got sort of less than, it's like a 1/16 of an inch all the way around the edge, but you can just see that white edge sets it off from the craft card there, and that's going to be my topper. Okay, cut a 7x5 card, and we're just going to pop this one with a nice border all the way around, just to focus into that embossing folder. But just before I stick it down, again, staying with that sort of neutral look, I'm just going to go with a little bit of twine, and we're going to go around 2 or 3 times, see how much we've got there. I've just cut a length off my, yeah, not enough for that one. So I want to tie it at this side here, and I'm not even going to attempt to bow on air. I'm just going to tie it in a knot on that side because I want my sentiment at the other side.
I think with twine you can get away with a knot.
Yeah. There we go. So again, just trim off some of the edges there on that one. And what I want to do is just spread those out a little bit so that you can see that there are more than one layer, and then we've got the pieces at that side. So that's now going to go on here. So again, I'm going to come to my all-purpose glue. Because we're going cardstock to cardstock, this is not raised enough that it's going to cause me a lot of problems. If you want to pop it on a foam layer, you could, but I think we'll be okay with it. And that one's going to go on the front there, like so. And then all I've done is I've just been through my stamps that I've got in my stash, and I've just created a little happy birthday, but again, whatever sentiment you wish. And I've put the foam on the back, but left that gap in the middle so that this goes over the top of the, the twine. So yeah, I'm actually going to take the backings off here, and hopefully that's just going to sit either side of the twine. And again, because I'm going onto that inked surface, I'm just going to bring in a little bit of the tacky glue along there just to give it a little bit of a helping hand. And then this one is going to go literally over the top of that twine there. Hold that down. And then again, you know, depending on what you want to do on the inside, I've just cut another piece and I've used the same ink and the applicator to just ink round the edges so that it sets it off. I haven't stamped inside this one, but you know, you can add a greeting in there if you wish. You can add, you know, whatever you fancy. It could be a die cut sentiment in there. However you fancy. You could do a little bit of partial embossing just to link it to the outside. What I mean by partial embossing is maybe just pass a portion of it through the embossing folder. So I'm just going to pop that one on the inside. It stabilises the card a little bit as well when you put that layer on the inside. When we put a lot of work on the front, especially with the weight, they sometimes topple over, but just having that extra layer inside there just makes them a little bit more stable. And you can just see that, you know, you've got those lovely florals here, but it looks totally different when it's been done
Really
in that
does.
letterpress way.
Absolutely gorgeous. I love that. Lots of love coming in for that. Rosalind Russell says the letterpress embossing technique is so pretty. It really is, Rosalind. And Robbie Jackson says, I love this, Jan. I think we all do. Talking about Christmas, Sandra Dunder says, I put my advent calendar up in my craft room. Well done. I believe Craig will be starting his little videos tomorrow. So yes, make sure you go and find him on, I'm not sure whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or whether it's on both. So make sure you go and have a look on that. Adriana says, good morning from San Antonio in Texas. Well, good morning, Adriana. Now, Panda Crafts, I know you've all been waiting to find out. She says, update on the stamps. Found them after looking in that same tub a few times. I've been there. I now have a 2-metre L-shaped walking space in my craft shed. I know, it's amazing. 2 metres, that's quite impressive. Ink trays have arrived, so putting those away too so I don't lose them again. I'm putting them in my Verses Compendium folder. There you go. So yeah, all sorted. So I'm glad you found those, that you found your, they were the Christmas large, where are we? Panda Crafts, what did you say it was? Was it your Christmas stamps, I think it was? Yeah, large Christmas sentiment topper stamps. So there you go. I'm glad you found those. So there we are. Right, now, I want to show you something else that has been really, really busy this month. This is something completely new that we were able to launch during the month. We were able to introduce some of our pro fan art kits. Oh my goodness me. The timing of these is absolutely perfect. If you know somebody that's either a fan of DC films or loves their colouring, if they're a fan of both, then wow, sorted. Now this one this morning suddenly seems to have become very, very popular. So I thought I'd show you this one because a few of you have actually bought this one today. This is the Joker kit. Now these are made with professionally sourced licensed images, so they are absolutely the exact images that you are going to find on the films you're going to get in here, so and in your comics as well as on your films. They are they're licensed images, so they are for personal use only, but wow, what an amazing, you know, dip into colouring and illustration. I'm going to turn it around so that you can see. You're going to get all of your pens. You've got 10 pens in here. You've got illustrators and classiques. So you've got the yellows, the greens, the purples. All of these colours have been matched and approved as the perfect colours for the genuine DC images. So you're not trying to get close to, you're getting the exact colouring. Then you've got 12 images. 6 of the images are in black print, so you'll see the lines when you've coloured, but the same 6 images will come to you in the grey print. That means that you can almost do that no line colouring when you have finished. You're also going to get some help, hints and guidance in there. There's a QR code, so if you go on there, you're going to get even more hints and guidance. This is alcohol colouring, so they're all printed on the right paper for the pens. Now, $34.99 or $44.99 is a brilliant price for licensed artwork. It's all been approved, it's all been, you know, recognised as genuine artwork. So this is your chance to dip your toe into there. Your platinum price today is $27.99 or $35.99. Make sure you pick that up. Now, Joker isn't the only one we've got available. Look at Joe's face.
I'm the Batman.
Are you
I've got
the Batman?
over here. Had to be done, didn't it? Yeah. So yes, following exactly the same thing as what Corrine's just explained. We've got several characters, but I've just pulled out the Batman one today. The rest of them should be available on the Shop the Day button. There are others to choose from, but we thought, you know, Joker, Batman, they do go together, don't they? And again, like Corrine's just explained, it is all licensed artwork. It is for personal use. And again, those colours, colour appropriate. You can see the imagery on the front there to give you a guideline, and the same components. You've got 5 dual tip classic art pens, you've got 5 dual tip illustrator markers, there is a fine liner in there as well, and then you've got that same imagery. You've got 6 of them in black and then 6 of them in the grayscale. So again, that grayscale allows you to colour without that hard outline of the imagery, and when it's finished it almost looks as if it's been hand drawn. Really, really clever technique if you've not come across it before. If you prefer that sort of black line, then obviously you've got the black ones in there as well. And like we said, it's got the QR code on the bottom so that you can scan that and you can find additional support and tips as to how to colour, how to get the best results. And I just think these would make such a brilliant Christmas present, to the extent that I've got 2 at home ready. It's sort of like one for each of my girls. I can't say which ones because one of them might be watching, you don't know. But yeah, they were so appropriate for their interest that yes, had to be done. So I just think, yeah, $34.99, $44.99. If you're a Platinum member and you're getting the best of that discount. I mean, to get all this home, the pens alone are worth the $27.99 or the $35.99, and then you get all that professional imagery and all the tips and advice on to how to get the best out of colouring it. Maybe a gift to yourself, it may be a gift to a crafty friend. As I say, I've got them for my girls, very, very appropriate characters for them. So yes, fabulous.
They really are, they really are. I think I know which ones you might have. I'm going to stay buttoned up. There we go. Lots of love coming in for your card. I think I said Adriana loved the card earlier. Lois says, lovely card, thank you, Jan. Oh, Terry, you're naughty. Terry Anderson, she said, I opened the entire Advent in October.
Oh!
Well, shh, don't tell everybody what you found in them. Shh. But yeah, I hope you're doing some happy crafting with all of the elements that you came across there. Okay, now, as we said, there is so much more on the Shop the Show and Day page. If you are a fan of the Pro Art kits, there are a lot more available on there, so make sure you go and have a look at those. We're going to take our final little break, and then we'll be back with the last half hour of the show. Where's it gone?
I know.
I can't believe we're in the last half hour.
It?
Just shows when you're having fun, doesn't it? So please watch this video, check out your baskets. Don't forget, every order today is going to get that free sampler pack of your pens, 1 classic, 1 illustrator and 1 aqua as well. Ends tonight, midnight tonight. So don't be thinking, oh, I'll order tomorrow, but you won't get the pens. So there you are. Watch this little video. It's coming up now. It's just over there, and then we'll see you in a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Ben from Crafters TV. As you may know, we've just launched an amazing new website. Our new home of papercraft to house all of your crafty needs. And as we've had a bit of a makeover, I'm here today to show you how to view your Club Inspire loyalty points on our brand new site. So, without further ado, let's get started. First, go to our Crafters Companion homepage. Make sure to select the correct location. Go to the My Crafters icon on the top right of your screen. Log into your My Crafters account. After logging in, you should be taken to your My Crafters page. Under the loyalty section at the top of the page, you'll be able to see your loyalty tier, the amount of points you've acquired, and also any pending points that you're due to receive from a recent order. To purchase products with your Club Inspire discount,
simply explore the site and products using the navigation bar at the top of the screen. When you find the product you want, add to your basket by clicking the Add to Basket button. The product will appear as full price, but don't worry, your loyalty discount will be shown in your basket. You'll then have the option to view your basket or continue shopping. If you want to check out, click View Your Basket. Here you can see the list of items you've added along with the order summary on the right-hand side of the screen. This is also where you'll see your loyalty discount, and just remember the price you're seeing at this stage is excluding any delivery charges. And how simple was that?
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much. Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place. Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Mosby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some.
I just heard bless her from Jan when she saw that. We still gasp, even though that was years ago. So bless Michelle. Yes, happens to us all. Happens to us all. Adriana says she's got the Harry Potter kit for her 21-year-old nephew. Yep, perfect. Love that. And Hannah says, I'm not allowed to open my Harley Quinn one until after Christmas. Not because it's a present, because I have too many Christmas crafts to do before then. Well, there you go, something to look forward to, isn't it? We always get that sort of lull between Christmas and New Year, and you could be thinking about doing your colouring. Okay, now, this is our confetti border dies. You're going to get all 12 in here. I was just telling Jen, I've just got these because I'm going to be doing these on a show. I've just put them upside down on a show soon. So I'm really looking forward to this. And the ideas to use them are amazing. So what you're going to get is you've got one die that's going to cut into your cardstock. I love the effect of cutting into your cardstock. So this one is called Autumnal Leaves. And can you see? You can have it straight up your card, diagonally across your card. I'm going to show you how you can use multiples, you know. And don't forget, all of these little pieces that cut out can be used as well. So that was Autumnal Leaves. This one, that's pretty. That's the one I've got on the top. This is Pretty Petals. Again, look at that, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Just love the way it just swirls, doesn't it? Then we've got, this one's got to be something to do with dragonflies. Soaring dragonflies. Oh, they are soaring, aren't they? Aren't they gorgeous? And I love how they work upright and diagonal so well. We've got Twinkle Twinkle. Brilliant. We then have, trying to get all the names. Laurel leaves. Ah, yeah, we can see that. That's just like a laurel leaf. Oh, got something with dots now. Dots, what's this one called? Oh, it's stuck together. There we go. Spots and dots. Spots and dots. Oh, you maybe imagine cutting that into a piece of cardstock after you've used our spots and dots stencil, doing some backgrounds. Then you have confetti sprinkles. I like this. This one's got some quite longer bits in. That's nice. Bit different, aren't they? And then you have, there's a lot here, scattered flowers. Yep, pretty is that one too. They're all different. Dancing butterflies, that must be number 9. Number 10 is party time. Oh, that's nice. I could see that. New birth card as well as a birthday. We've got in flight. That would be, that can sound a strange sentence. I was going to say that would be nice for a sympathy card. You don't want to say nice, but it would be effective for a sympathy card, I think. Would work really well. And finally, happy hearts. Well, we all know Valentine's just around the corner if it's only 3 weeks till Christmas. Now, if you want all of those at £5, is that right? £5, £10? No, it can't be right. You've got 12 here for 60. So yes, that is right. It is £5.
Yeah.
£5 each, isn't it?
Per
That's
down.
right. I'm
Yeah.
down to myself then. £5 each, $75 for all of those. But even better, for £4 each, £48 or $60, which is your $5, you're going to get them all in the set today. But I've just got a couple of samples to show you because I think some of these are so pretty. Look at this one. Cutting it out and then using all the little bits to create the corners or just putting through on there and putting different colours behind. That gorgeous in flight, which I think is a beautiful one. We've made a bridge card. And again, using the waist. Best wishes on here for the confetti sprinkles. So we've got it once diagonally there, twice, and then a third time. So you can do multiples. Again, using the waist here on the love hearts. Oh, isn't this one beautiful? So I think this one's done by applying the colour behind the background with your inks or your pens so that you get those different colours coming through. And then finally, we've got this one, hip, hip, hooray. Isn't that beautiful? Once down that side and once down that side. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you want all 12 sets, as I said, your platinum price today is £48 or $60. And Jan, I know she likes to do something a bit different. What are you going to do with these now, Jan?
Oh, now then, I've got a couple of different ways to show you, which was basically, I brought my process of prep with me because I did one thing and then thought, actually, I'm going to try something else. So I'm actually using the something else, but I brought the bit that I did first with me to show you the difference. So I've chosen the happy hearts, and these have all got that same theme. They've all got that the loop in there somewhere. Some of them have one, some of them have two. This one's extra nice because the actual loop is in the shape of the heart.
Oh, pretty.
Which is really pretty. A lot of them have just gone round a loop, but this one's got that little heart shape in. So these are, again, they're just really pretty. 6 inches in length, depending on whether you're going vertically, horizontally, diagonally, however you want to use them. It doesn't have to be that long. You could go shorter than that and just lose a little bit of the design. You could actually continue it and redo it if you were, for example, going across a scrapbook page and you wanted to do a border across the bottom there. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this just into a piece of multi-purpose card. Okay, so I'm literally just going to pop this along so that it just fits here from one side to the other. And again, I'm going to tape it down because I don't want it to move.
So this would go through your mini, won't it?
Mini again, yeah. So again, really useful because this, I always think with the mini, you can craft outside your craft room. You know, if you've got the mini, you can just, you know, maybe if you've got one of those lap trays or, you know, a little table that goes on your knee, you can actually do some of this away from your craft room if you so wished. So just a normal cutting sandwich on here. So I'm literally going to pop this in between my Gemini plates there, just as if we were using thin metal dies there, and pass that through the machine. So the first time I did this, I applied some ink and then I die cut through the ink, which is what we've done on the launch of these. We did, I know Leanne launched these and she did some examples where she inked the card first. And then I thought, actually, what would it look like if we ink the card while the die's still in place? And I got a very different look. So what I'm going to do, there are a couple of little bits. There's gorgeous, the reason you've got that name Confetti, they've got the perfect elements for the waste to be shaker elements. So again, I want to take the tape away because we're going to use this with the die in place. So just gently roll that tape out of the way, trying not to snag the card. I found if you roll it, you get a better finish than just tearing it away. There we go. That's it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some of my opaque pigment inks and my little finger daubers. So I love these. I just want the pink one. You can tell that I use pink most. I've got all the colours and then I've got 2 pinks. This one's well loved. It's been through the stencil. So yeah, second one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it while the die's still in place. And I'll show you the difference in the two techniques. So again, taking off any excess, and then I'm not going to do the whole card. I just want to do like a shadow of pink around it there on both sides. And again, the ink's not going to affect the metal work. It will just, because the ink's all water-based, it will just wipe away under the tap. It'll rinse away, so it doesn't do any damage. And again, bring it this way so that I've got like a little pink halo around that die cut. I'm just going to grab my cloth in an attempt to save my fingers. I've only really been in that ink the one time. There's a little bit of adhesive on there. You can see where my tape was there.
Ah, yeah.
But if you've got an adhesive eraser, you can just take that away before you do the inking. So yeah, I want some white left on there, like so. Pop those to one side. And I'll just get rid of a little bit of the ink there. And then I'll show you the difference in what I mean. So if we actually take this away now, that's because I didn't take the piece of tape off the other side. Look, it's the, do you know? Yeah, I'll put my thumb there. Take the tape away first. I took it off the top and forgot to take it off the bottom. But you can see how we've got that sort of white image inside with the ink around the outside, which looks quite effective. When I did this, first of all, I put the ink across where I thought the die was going to go. So I inked across in the same manner, just looked at the die and sort of followed that pattern and put the ink behind the die. So you get two very different looks depending on how you wanted to do it. Now this one has also been treated to a little bit of a splatter from one of my shimmer inks as well. So I think it's the pink one there that I've just splattered over the top just to give a little bit of extra detail. So yeah, two very different looks. And I couldn't decide. I actually went with this one in the end. I couldn't decide which one I liked best, but I wanted two that were the same. So what I did is I went with this version, and I've matted and layered that onto some raspberry linen cards. So you've got that colour showing through the back now. And I've created two of these, pretty much identical. These have got the extra little splats on again with the shimmer ink. If you don't have the shimmer ink,
and did you splat them before you took the die off?
Yes, I did, because it's not in the gap, in the white space. Yeah, this one I splattered first. Yeah. So you can see this has got little bits of splats inside the detail there. This one I left the die in place, and then of course it's got the little gems on ready. So this was the one I was telling you about. This is one of my favourite card designs where I like to chop that piece out and pop a piece of acetate in the middle. It also means that you can make a slightly larger card using the A4 cardstock, because obviously our card won't reach a 6x6, but by doing it this way, you can actually create slightly larger. I think this one's 6.5, yeah, 6.5 inches square, because I've got that panel out of the centre.
You're all for the tips and tricks today.
That's what I'm here for. So again, I wanted something that was going to speak to me, and it had to be. I absolutely adore this paper pad. So again, I don't know whether I think it's still available on the website, but this is the Wild at Heart. So you can see there, again, I've used the same raspberry pink round the outside, and I've got a piece of that pattern paper.
I can't get over Wild at Heart. To me, Wild at Heart is paper pad has got to be one of the best this year.
Oh, it's absolutely stunning, isn't it? Again, you can see I've used that trimmer to take the inside out. I don't like wasting my cardstock where you can't see it. So again, the all-purpose.
It's too precious, isn't it?
It sure is, especially the... I don't do it so much with the white and the craft card and things like that, but all the speciality cards, the linen and the glitter card, the mirror card, you never know when that other piece might come in handy for something.
That raspberry is really picking up the deeper shades deep within that flower, isn't it? Because it'd be tempting to go with the paler pink, but I like that because that's really picking up the
well, I wanted something a bit darker so that it showed through these, which obviously we've got the pale pink ink, but I wanted that darker imagery behind the die cut there. So that's just my background. And then on the front, we're going to have a couple of the panels just sat on the front like so. So those are just horizontal. You could do this same card where you cut the centre out this way, and you could have these going either way, up the sides, like so. But I'm actually going to go with them across the top and bottom. So again, I'm going to stay with that all-purpose glue. So whenever I'm working cardstock to cardstock, it is nearly always the all-purpose.
I suppose at this point, this could still be a tent-fold card or a side opening card. You just turn it round, don't you?
Absolutely,
at this point?
Yep. I've gone for the tent fold here. So again, one on the top, and then we're going to pop this one on the bottom. And then I've just added, it needed something in the middle, so I've stayed with the heart theme and just dug out of my stash some of my heart dies. And I've created a couple of hearts in the same theme. So I've used the reverse of the paper to make one of the hearts. And then I've used the raspberry to make the second one. So again, you can just see there the two together. Beautiful. So this is actually the reverse side of this paper, which is your background. And we're going to pop this one just to bridge that acetate. So
it stabilises it, doesn't it? Stops it being quite so bendy.
I'm just going to put the glue on that bottom section and a little bit across the top there so that it sticks to the cardstock and not the acetate. Okay, so that one's going to go about there, should work. Just stick it at the top and the bottom. Now, if you're not keen on, if you haven't got any glue at the back of it, you can cut a second heart and actually put it on the reverse here. I've not bothered because that's nice and clean at the back there. And then again, I've been in my sentiments and I just thought that one said everything with the design. You make my heart smile. We've got some tape on the back of that one just to raise it a little bit. And it was quite a... When I cut this out originally into a rectangle. And the nature of the font made it very wide, and it was too wide for the design. So I've just fussy cut round it with my scissors, and then added a little bit of ink just to keep it all in theme. And this one's going to go across here like so. And then I've got, this is the same range as here. I've cut an extra little heart together with using some of that waste again. So the one that I did first off actually had the pink hearts. When I did this one, when I die cut it, the hearts were nice and pink. So I've just used, got dropsy today, just use one of those on here, like so. And then I've also got a couple of spares. So you can see that these have come out of that size, oops.
That's what we're saying. The waste is not waste, is it?
Not at all. You can see there, look. You could paper piece back in if you wish to, but all I'm going to do is just add a couple at the end of the sentiment here, just again, keeping that theme. So we're going to pop one down there and one just above it like so. And then I often get asked when I make designs like this is that, you know, well, where would you write your sentiment, Jan? So what I would do is, I haven't done it for this one, but I would create another matte layer here.
Yeah.
So I would use the raspberry pink again as a matte layer with the white. If you want a greeting stamped in the centre, or if you just want to handwrite a message, and actually pop that on the back, it works just fine. So you can see there you've got that design, you've got all that lovely detail. You could actually put some more detail underneath the heart if you wish. You could cut another white heart and sort of line it up with this one,
Yes.
and then you could write your message inside there, however you wanted to work it. But yeah, I love making those with that acetate cut out in the middle. I just think they're really, really pretty.
That is so, so pretty. Thank you for sharing that. Now, that was just one of your 12 designs. If you want all 12 of those, the details are all down here. £60, $75. But if you're platinum, it's going to drop right down to £48 or $60, which is amazing, amazing value, because you're going to get all 12 of those. And they really are so pretty. Obviously, if you're cutting into larger cardstock, you're going to need larger die cutting machines. But if you're just cutting strips like Jan's just done, they're going to go right down to your mini. So it's really, really good crafting. Going to make the most of all your crafty stash. Okay, so Jan, how many cards have you made today? 3.
There's 3 there.
Can we do the vote of the show? And our Alex will
Absolutely.
count up the votes and pass them over to us. They'll pass them over before the end of the show, so that would be brilliant. So let's have a look at what you've made then, please.
So top of the show, we use those scattered borders and corners, and we use that border piece in the silver there on the front. And then we added the corner on the inside just to link the inside and the outside. So that's the DL one, that's number 1. Number 2, we use those illustrated embossing folders and did the letterpress technique so that it's pushed the ink into the background, and then we've got that lovely white embossed layer on top. That's number 2. And then you've just seen me use those confetti dies to create that split acetate one for number 3.
Okay, I don't know which one you're going to vote for. I really actually don't know. Part of me's going, number 1, I don't know. So, it's not my vote, it's your vote, so please do that. And like I said, Alex will pass them over when you have put them through. Okay, couple of comments. Sandra Dundas, which made me smile, came through a few minutes ago, says, my halo is choking me. Wait, it suddenly went on to funny things on there. My halo is choking me. My Gemini 2 is still in its box. Been there a few weeks now. It's only a little while till Christmas. Oh, it's obviously a Christmas present. Well done, Sandra. And you're going to appreciate it all the more for having waited. Lynn Morton says, I hope this makes sense. Is it okay to colour just using block colouring without shades, highlights and lowlights for colouring the little animal dies?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. There is nothing, colouring in any shape or form counts. So whatever level you're at, obviously we show you that triple pen blend where we do the light, the medium and the dark, but no, there's many a times where I have actually stuck to the one colour. And if you can tune in later, if we get a chance to use those Violet Studio pens, I have literally used those, what I call flat colouring, just that block with no shading on.
There you go.
Yep.
Lynn, I hope that helps and hope that makes sense. Colouring is personal. You colour how it works for you. Lois says, beautiful card, thank you, Jan. And Carol G says, another beautiful creation from Jan. Absolutely, perfectly said. Now, I want to quickly show you this. So this is the Stamp and Die Black Friday bag. So this was some that came, well, obviously for Black Friday. So amazing, amazing value. Now, the value of this bag, if you were to buy all of the pieces individually, is £122 or $159. Maybe a little bit of a considered purchase. But today, before we get rid of it for the end of November, it's £35, $45. But your platinum price is £28 or $36. Now, you're going to get our twirling duck. It's exactly what it says. You're going to get the die that's going to cut out the duck, then you get the front and back of the duck and the little chicks and your sentiments, and then you can make little twirling elements. Don't have to make twirling elements if you don't want. You're also going to get the aperture in the shape of an egg. But absolutely gorgeous. You're then going to get your many congratulations. Do you know what? I turn to these all of the time. They originally came from our pop-up confetti boxes, but oh my goodness me, they are so useful. So you've got all of these stamps and then all of the dies to go with it. So you've got things, I'm going to have to turn it around, sorry. You've got your invited, party, wedding, party time, congrats on your engagement, new home, your you know, invite, baby shower, you've got houses, you've got all sorts in there. You've also got our Once Upon a Time, so that is beautiful for your zigzag card. So you get the 3 dies that then cut on the each way on the diagonal to create the zigzag. Bell Countryside, you've got the Grande frame. Beautiful there. So you've got the frame die and then the stamps that will go round it. Well, you get the stamps and then it cuts it out as well. Get it right. Oh, this is nice. Thanks. So this is a gorgeous one where it'll cut out the thanks and then you can do this, the floral elements all behind. So you're going to get all those florals, all the little butterflies and flowers and also the sentiments. Everyday phrases. So you've got, so thankful, sending love, thank you, hello autumn and happy anniversary. So what you're going to get in here, I'm guessing is, oh yeah, it's down there, look. You're getting all the stamps and the little banner die. You're getting now the balloon sentiment in love. Oh, I love these. Thinking of you, which is our, it's like our drop shadow ones. Absolutely gorgeous. So you get the 2 stamps that do the background and then the die that does the top. You've got your with love, which is going to cut that aperture in. So it would be a bit like that floating element you've just seen our Jan do. Same vein, you've got celebrate. Now, these are always useful. These are your intricate sentiments. So you've got your hello. Gosh, there's so many in here. You've also got your little cherub, which you've got the stamp to cut her out, to stamp her, and then the die to cut it out. And then you've got your shaped shaker cards. You've got your hello beautiful. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, gosh, 8, oops, 9, 10, I didn't realise how many there were, 11, 12, 13 elements. 13 elements, £35, $45 if you're platinum. If you're platinum, £28, $36. That makes that less than $3 or just over £2 an element. Not an element, a pack. That's a phenomenal deal. Even if you've got some of those, they're going to be good for seconds, they're going to be spares, good for swapsies, and good for gifts as well. So make sure you pick that up. And don't forget, you get your free pens as well. So there you go. Brilliant. Jan, I can see you've got a stripy bag too.
I know, I've got a stripy one. Aren't they lovely? I might have to sneak these. So yeah, this time we've actually got, this was carried over again from Black Friday, but this is creator card dies. So this is all metalwork in here. And I've just had a look through here and my goodness, there is a selection of dies. So I'm going to start off at the back here, and we've got our balloon bouquet. Now this was from our 3-in-1 creator cards, and that getting their title because you've actually got 3 different ways of using them. So you can see illustrated here the main element cut into the card, the border element cut into the card, or you can do them, they're designed to fit together to give you your 3rd option. Yep, so a good size die there. You're looking at a 5 by 7 inch die on that one. So that's number 1, balloon bouquet. Number 2 is one of our interchangeable scenes. I love these. So you get the metalwork in here to create the main frame. All right, there's 2 frames that you can layer together, and then you get the little guys that fit in there. So there's a flamingo, there's a parrot, there's some foliage. Again, show you the back there. You can see that design on the back. So Tropical Paradise on that one. We've then got, oh, one of my favourites. I love these. These were a set of 2. So we've put one of them into the creator card bag. This one's Chantilly, but creates you the most exquisite panel of just like, it just looks like a lace doily. My mum used to make embroidered like tablecloths and things when she was younger. And it just reminds me of that embroidery that she used to do with all the little delicate cut out pieces in. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, nice, decent size, 5 by 7. We've then got a couple of our colourable creator cards. So again, these ones you can stamp, cut them out and then add your colour to them. So we've got the beautiful branches and Scent with Love. So same concept. You can see at the bottom where the metalwork is here, you've got an external frame. You've got the piece that cuts out, in this case the tree. In this case, you've got that gorgeous floral work on there, and then you can add your colour to it. So there are 2 of those in there, and I think I got a total of 9 packs altogether. Another one, again, gorgeous framework on this one. These are just under 6 inches square, but we've got pretty petals on that one. You've got all that open cut work, and again, you've got an external cutting frame on the outside to give you that sort of whether you want it to cut into your card or out of the card. We've also got one from, this was really popular in the Colour Your World set. So you've got that gorgeous, again, all creator card. So this one's actually called Floral Rainbow. This one's beautiful, and I know we did some demos with this when it launched for paper piecing. Absolutely nice big spaces that you can actually put in the different colours in there to paper piece. And then we're nearly there. I've still got 2 more. So these are the floral panel dies. So this one, you're going to get 4 pieces in each kit. You get the 2 designs. Now they are different designs in here as well, so you can use them on the same card. You could duplicate one of them. You could do it as a triple panel, use 2 of one and 1 of the other. Then you get the rectangular frame again. So again, you've got the option to cut directly into your card or cut them out and end up with a piece that's like a topper. And lastly, we have got one of our ornate pop-out dies. So again, beautiful frames there, all designed to nest together. Again, if I flip it round, you can see the metalwork here on the back, and approximately just under 5.5 by just under 4 inches if you were to draw that rectangle around it. So 9 different dies, all metal dies. They're all part of our creator card range in some way or another, and they're coming to you today for that same £35 or $45. Again, that platinum price takes them down to £28 or $36. And Corrine, your maths is a lot better than mine. 9s.
36 would be £4
£4. So $4, wouldn't it, for each one? And I mean, these, I mean, you know, come on. $4 for something that size.
Or just over £3
yeah,
each.
Absolutely
if
crazy.
you are
so that one's your creator
platinum
card bundle, as your mystery. It's not a mystery anymore. Our Black Friday bag.
I know, absolutely amazing, amazing values. Please make sure you snap these up, because I think we're starting to December tomorrow, all of these deals will be gone. Betty says, Jan, you didn't make this easy. This was doing the votes. I'm going to give you the votes because I've got something to show you, but I want to make sure everybody knows which one. The demo of the show goes to number 3. No.
Excellent.
It might have been number 1, but number 3 is beautiful too.
So that was the little border dies, the little confetti borders.
Thank you for that. There
Tone
you go.
in nicely with that one today, don't you?
It does. You just blend beautifully.
I do, yeah, in my Gemini raspberry pink.
Loving it.
Thank you very much, guys.
Okay, right. I've only got a couple of minutes before we go, and we'll be back at 3 p.m. I just want to show you these. Now, I have got these, and I just absolutely love these. So this is your bundle of your limited edition raspberry cheetah bags. Just works for me. I love this. So you've got your deluxe tote. So you'll see us using this all the time. So much storage in there. You can take these in, take them out. You've got your pockets on the side and on the ends. You've got your zipped pockets. You've got little extra bits in here if you want to put little notes in there. Maybe you're going to store, you know, a note in there with or your plate combinations for your machine. What I love is even if you've got A4 in here, you can still get your arm in to carry it. So much in there. So that's your deluxe tote. Then you've got your portable desktop, I think it is. I think that's what that one is. It's got another name. Yeah, portable one. Portable tote, which is this one. Again, it collapses down nice and flat for when you're not using it. Those slide up. There you go, nice and flat. Open it out, pop those down. Use that divider if you want. And then your little desktop tote as well. You're going to get all 3 of these for £60 or $70. Platinum price, £48, $56. I'll show you them more in detail in one of the later shows because we're just about to run out of time. But make sure you pop those up. Remember, they're limited edition. You'll see me using this one all of the time. Doesn't have to be for craft. It could be for anything you need to store in there. Okay, as I said, we're about to run out of time. We're going to disappear. We will be back in 2 hours. We'll be carrying on with our November Reloaded. So please come back and join us, 3 p.m, 10 a.m. Eastern time, and we'll see you then. Please keep safe, keep warm. We'll see you in a bit.